Electrolyte benefits with weight loss and GLP-1 weight loss. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have gratefully lost over 90 pounds in 17 months of taking GLP-1 medication. We are on beach edition today. I'm here at the beautiful beach and on vacation and wanted to do an update because I have been having a ton of our electrolytes. Literally, we have two separate electrolyte cups going in my household to continuously replenish. And I thought it would be helpful because in my free group, I kept getting asked over and over and over, well, what are the electrolyte benefits for weight loss and specifically for Zepbound weight loss, Wegovy weight loss, if you're on Tirzepatide compound weight loss or semaglutide weight loss? My experience, strength, and hope, never am I a doctor, ever, just simply having lost 90 plus pounds after doing every single diet known to man. And now having something be super successful. I just got back from a long bike ride. I've been swimming, I've been biking, I've been doing the most physically active things that I did when I was a teenager. Not even in my 20s was I this active. And so I'm really excited. We're outdoors with the elements, but we're going to go through the different electrolyte benefits. And for me, why I bought LMNT Electrolytes back 17 full months ago when I first started my electrolyte journey, why I decided I wanted electrolytes and why it's helpful. First and foremost, the biggest electrolyte benefit is the side effects. Having side effects for me when I first started on Mounjaro 2.5 milligrams, and I started on Mounjaro, I moved over to Zepbound because of the Mounjaro shortage, and because of the Zepbound shortage, I'm now on the compound, Zepbound compound or Mounjaro compound, known as Tirzepatide. It's the active ingredient in those. I will link down below a reputable compound pharmacy that I buy mine through, and I have a discount code for that too, in addition to a very reputable telehealth company. But so the side effects is why I started taking electrolyte benefits. Now, I chose LMNT because I knew that athletes use them, right? Like Olympic athletes, FBI snipers, they're in a ton of different athletic realms. And what really got me was a really popular influencer. I love her, Maria Emmerich. She had recommended these. And I'm like, okay, if Maria likes these, then I'm going to like them too. And so I ended up buying them. I love them. And it helped because the first week on Mounjaro, I had severe leg cramping. And so taking these actually helped alleviate those a lot. And I ended up having a ton of broken capillary veins on the back of one of my legs. And I'm like, is this related to Mounjaro or not? I don't know. But regardless, it helped the pain associated with that. But more importantly, the main side effects, there's 4 of them, are gastrointestinal with any sort of GLP-1 medication. So always talk to your doctor about your side effects too, by the way, or your telehealth provider. Diarrhea, constipation, nausea, vomiting. I had said I never had nausea or vomiting until last week. I did throw up, and I threw up because I'm sure it was because of a GLP-1 medication. I never had vomiting before. So fun fact, just because and I've been on it for 17 months, never had that side effect for me. Just because I don't have one side effect on one dose doesn't mean I'm not going to have them on other doses. But so by getting these, they have in there sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Those are the electrolyte components. They have no sugar added or any dyes or junk. But I got them because I knew that if I had diarrhea, well, I would want to have some sort of supplementation for the diarrhea. If I had constipation, I would want to have some sort of supplementation for them. And so having these sticks have been really, really helpful, particularly with side effects, because I live an active lifestyle. I don't know if you guys do. I mean, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I travel a bunch for work. I travel a bunch for personal and pleasure. And so having something I easily put in my pocketbook, super, super helpful. With the nausea side effect, I will sip on, I use typically, I get this asked all the time. In a water bottle like this, I will use 1/3 of the stick, sometimes a half, but usually just 1/3. Too much of this stick in the bottle, I do not like. I like having 1/3, and then I can just shake it together. In my 40-ounce Stanley or my 40-ounce Simple Modern, I've moved over to more so Simple Modern tumblers, I will put the whole stick in. And so typically on a given day, I'll have 1 full stick. Some days I don't have any. Some days I will have 2. And that's been very, very helpful, particularly as on day 24 hours into the shot to 48 hours into the shot, having electrolyte benefits, I flank myself with them. And typically I will do it on day 0. So the day before the shot, I will make sure I have my electrolytes, the day of, and then the next day. That for me is like no ifs, ands, or buts. I will make sure I get those in. My little boy ended up, the side note, because people are like, oh, do you give him to the Duke, my 8-year-old? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. The Duke's favorite one is watermelon. And one of our family members has colon cancer. I ended up getting for them, I bought a bunch of Element, and the Element was so sweet. They sent him like cases worth, which was so kind because he's on colon cancer and he has colon cancer treatment and has to have electrolytes. And how generous! I like it makes me weep thinking about that. But I digress. Going back over to leg cramps though, and then the stomach components. This is very helpful for me to keep those at bay, or help for me personally when I do have diarrhea. And usually, by the way, if you're having these extreme side effects, stomach, always talk to your healthcare provider. But look at your food, would be my encouragement. Someone had suggested that to me. And early on, I noticed that you guys know I'm a data nerd, and I have a side effect tracker totally free on countessofshopping.com. I'll link that down in the description link below, as is all of my links in today's video. Just click the dot more button. You may have to click that twice here on YouTube to get to the full, like I have a full page of free resources for you, a ton of free stuff. And then also any other products I'm recommending will be down there too. But having in there the food choices that I ate made a big difference if I had constipation and, of course, with diarrhea. For me, no wonder I would have blowout diarrhea if I was having a bucket of chicken and french fries, as an example. So just keeping that in mind of your food choices, is it making the side effects worse? And for me, making these permanent lifestyle changes, super, super important to be looking at what am I eating? How am I moving my body? Because Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of Mounjaro and Zepbound, and Novo Nordisk is the manufacturer of Ozempic and Wegovy. In a last video, by the way, I said that Novo Nordisk was the maker of Zepbound and Mounjaro. You guys know I've been doing this for a lot. That's not true. That was a big mistake, and I got my words flipped up. But Eli Lilly is the manufacturer of Zepbound and Mounjaro. They tell us in the literature we have to make lifestyle changes with our food and with our activity. But for me, I'll go back to my before and after picture, going back to being morbidly obese, it was really hard to have physical movement in that body on the left. It's much easier with this body on the right over here to be active and to move more. But with that movement, having things like LMNT electrolytes and electrolytes in general, has been so incredibly helpful. Now it has all this, literally came out of my fridge and it's like sweating with deliciousness. These are the new sparkling electrolyte water from LMNT. I'm obsessed. My favorite flavor is black cherry lime, and then the grapefruit is surprisingly the household favorites. We're stunned. We all thought that we wouldn't like the grapefruit sparkling one. It's so good. It's so good. It's delicious. Now let's go over to our next benefits of electrolyte benefits with weight loss, and specifically GLP-1 weight loss. Head hunger versus real hunger. Am I just grabbing for things because it's a habit? Head hunger, like it's just old, it's a habit I need to break? Or have I paused, felt my body, and like, what does my body really need? Is it real hunger? And for me, using electrolytes has been a great way to pause, just to put the pause button on eating something. Let me have a sip of my electrolytes. It tastes good. It's not like it's like a diet soda. It's helping with magnesium, potassium, and sodium. And by the way, I'm going to come back over to my head hunger versus real hunger, but people get wrapped around the axle with sodium. There is a whole article scientifically based on LMNT's website talking about high blood pressure with electrolytes. As I've said like 5 million times, and I'll keep saying it, talk to your own healthcare provider. But having high blood pressure, the magnesium and the potassium the potassium is negating the sodium in there. So for high blood pressure, just FYI, obviously monitor your own body, monitor your quantity too, right? Like maybe don't start off with a whole stick. Maybe start off with 1/3 of a stick in one of the water bottles and test that and see how it goes for you. For me, very much noticeable. Having even just a little bit, I can tell how my body feels. I have not had my electrolytes. I went for this long bike ride, and I knew I needed to film while it was somewhat quiet here in the neighborhood. And so I haven't had my electrolytes yet. I can feel it in my body. Like I physically can feel when I have it, and having those minerals, really, really beneficial. But coming from someone who is morbidly obese, needing to lose over 100 pounds, there is an unhealthy relationship with food, right? And so healing that relationship with food and helping to discern head hunger versus real hunger has been paramount for me. paramount, and still something, quite frankly, if I'm brutally honest, that I'm still working on. I'm still actively working on with a therapist and a lot of like mindset stuff, and I'm putting in the work to help change the mindset around that too. Because really and truly, when I'm hungry, or is it grabbing for something? And for grabbing for something, having these out literally on my counter, I just here at our beach rental house, I just put them out on the counter so I could just go grab and have an element instead of really food. That for me is a visual reminder and very helpful to put the pause button before I consume something that I don't need to be eating. Number 3, because of the weight loss that I've been having, moving more has been essential. Sweating, weight training, and you guys know I evolved from walking Mr. Freddie, our dog, which I was hoping he'd make an appearance out here on the porch, but he has not come out yet. He's in a sun puddle. If you know he's laying in a sun puddle, so maybe he'll come out. But so walking the dog was my first activity. Then moving to wall Pilates. And then now moving from wall Pilates to lifting, to actively lifting. And so really and truly now I need these. Like I need to have the electrolytes afterwards, and how great I feel having them after too. Now some people ask, do you have them before or after? Usually for me it's after. It's a reward of sorts. And mentally I like to do that, which by the way, when I'm traveling, I go to LA a bunch for YouTube stuff. I've been recently, and then when I was on Oprah, of course, when I was on Oprah, I took my LMNT electrolytes with me too. Travel, it makes it really, really easy to stay with that routine and stay with that consistency with these too. So if you're moving more, and if you're trying to move more with travel, it makes it easy to have the little sticks to put them in there too, without having the added sugar. And it's a reputable company. It's US based too, by the way. Like that's one of the biggest things. I want to support US companies, and it's one of the reasons why I love LMNT electrolytes very much. Okay, let's keep going. Having on here, I can't read my handwriting. Oh, if it's too much, I already had talked about that too. If it tastes too salty, just use less of the packet. I told my dad, he came here on vacation with us. I'm like, Dad, don't use the whole stick in the water bottle. Just put in a third of the stick. What did my dad do? Dump the whole stick in. He goes, it was too salty. I said, because you don't dump the whole stick in. That's why I told you to do a third. Test it, put it in. You can always add more. My sweet nephew, I said, babes, try these. I want you to try them. He's a big athlete. Try these and tell me. I said, it's going to be probably for you just starting off too salty to have one full stick in the full pack. Just start off with a third of the stick. What does he do? He dumps the whole stick in. He said it was too salty. I said, babes, just use a third of it and try it out. If you want to add more, you totally can. But my dad really liked the orange. I love the raspberry salt. The Count likes the citrus salt. The Duke likes the watermelon. So having something, and one of the reasons why I like LMNT, they have given us 8 free sample packs with any purchase off of their website. I'll link it down in the description link below. Many of you know I'm obsessed with Amazon. In fact, we'll talk about that later in this video. But I do not buy supplements off of Amazon. I buy them directly from vendors for a couple of reasons, but one of the main ones are we get free stuff. I order with mine. I use that link every single time I order. So just FYI, people are like, oh, I use my link I get my 8 free sticks every single time I order. It's with any drink mix purchase, you can get those 8 free sticks. So if you are using them for your sparkling, so what I'll typically do when I order is I'll order the sticks, I'll order the sparkling, but I always order sticks with the sparkling so I can get those 8 free sticks with them, which has been awesome. So electrolyte benefits, the main thing is with your side effects. Putting a pause on head hunger versus body hunger, like discerning between those two things. And 3, moving more. Having those like trifecta, the triangle component of it, for me has been huge. As I've gone through this journey and continue to evolve and continue to learn on my 100-pound weight loss journey, having lost 90 pounds. I'm not to that 100 yet. And I'm on vacation now too. Many of you guys have asked on vacation, how has that changed? Well, by the pool, I brought out my little sparkling. I've been intentional to move every day. I brought out my electrolytes with me. I've been intentional to move. I've been intentional about my protein. We just went to go get lunch and I bought a salad. I had some carrots and I had some cottage cheese for lunch. And I mixed the cottage cheese with a little bit of Thousand Island dressing, made that a dip for my carrots. And then I rolled the turkey into make like wraps and then put cottage cheese with Thousand Island on it. Very excited to have this. I didn't have my it's my reward. It's been very helpful to have a good reward. With it and with my workouts in our free group, many of you guys have asked about my workouts. I have been wearing, which I'm stunned, shorts I have not worn shorts since I was in high school. No, college. College, I wore shorts. So my early 20s, that was 20 years ago. So back to wearing shorts. I will link down in the description link below my favorite shorts. I'm like stunned I'm wearing shorts. I can't believe it. But if you're moving more, they're Bermuda shorts for ladies, and they do have a zipper on them. And I like them because they're a little bit longer. I wanted like a longer short. So anyways, those I've been bike riding with those, walking in those. It's been amazing. And in the recent FabFit Fun Box, they have an anti-chafe cream that I also have loved. I will make sure that that is down in the description link below too, as well. I'm making a note. Don't forget to put that link. If I've forgotten any of the links, just tell me, but I'm sure that they'll all be in the description link below too. But sweet friends, I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope it's answered some of your questions for you. For me, electrolytes have been a big difference because my lifestyle has changed, because I'm way more mobile now and I'm moving more and I'm needing to have that magnesium, potassium, and sodium. Many of you asked, do I still have my magnesium? Of course. I have that separately at nighttime. That is through Bioptimizers. I do have a discount code for that where it's just the magnesium. I will link that in the description link below too. And many of you guys also have asked my supplements, my daily vitamin I also take as well, vitamin D. I'm forgetting one. What else am I taking? There's a couple of, if you guys want me to do another video on like everything that I've transitioned over to, I can do another video on that as well. But sweet friends, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goal? And number 2, today's emoji is going to be the ocean. We're going to have ocean as our emoji for today. That tells me that you made it this far in the video. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to get to know you better because I care. If you've not joined, and I will also, that's like my bat signal. I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thought. And if you've not joined my free group, I will link that down in the description link below too. We've got thousands of people in that group. If it has been more than 4 or 5 days, shoot me an email and I'll make sure that you get in that group. You're probably flagged as spam or you didn't answer all the questions. So make sure you answer all those questions. But that group is phenomenal. It's free. It's a high quality, amazing group. And that's why I did this video, is people kept asking me about my electrolyte preferences, and hands down for me, LMNT Electrolytes. For a number of reasons that I've mentioned, and to me, they taste the best. They are the best. And they're worth the price point, in my humble opinion. Well worth the benefits that I've gotten from it too. So, sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.